everybody. Welcome to Dan United. If you are new here, welcome, 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 welcome. We've got plenty to talk about tonight. I see some recognizable faces in the chat. We'll get through those comments in a minute. But the tagline is pretty simple. Return of the King. Eric Cantona is linked to the consortium who is looking at trying to take over Manchester United. And I thought we were done with talking about this for a little bit. I thought I looked like Jim Carrey there. I thought we were done with it. I thought it was over. But you know something? Just when they think we're out, they pull me back in. And that's what they've done. My hair is an absolute mess tonight. Look at that. Sorry I'm late. Mrs. Robinson and I are looking at New York for Christmas. So I've just been looking at hotels galore. But I hope everyone is feeling well tonight. The news is there. We have had the release of Eric Cantona being released and linked. And it got me excited. It got me really excited. I can't lie. Look, number 7, King Cantona, the main man, the man who, as a kid, growing up and watching football, flicking my collar up, Cantona was and always will be the guy for Manchester United. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to give you my opinion, as I said, and people sometimes I think that we are. I had a great comment the other day on the video that said, you know nothing about the takeover. You're absolutely right. This is us reacting as fans. So if you think I know, then I'm sorry that you've wasted your time watching that video. But let's go into it. Before I do, let me say a couple of hellos to the main people in the chat. My God, my mouse is terrible. Do you know what it is? Instead of spending money on bloody holidays to New York, I need to buy a new mouse. Kev is at karaoke tonight. If you are here to see Kev, he is probably in the middle of one of his renditions at the pub. Luke says about Sam Hoskins becoming the 4th player to score 100 goals. That's incredible. Ladies win at Atletico 1-0. Rolfo hold on despite absolutely. I mean, the referee in it doesn't stop in the men's game, does it? It's all over the place. I did see that. Giles says Cantona, oh, what a player he was, but as an ambassador, maybe not the smartest thing to do. He is a little out there saying things that make you scratch your head. Dude, I'm married. I hear Mrs. Robinson say things that have me scratching my head every day. Last time I saw him speak, he was saying that what's the point of banning Russia from FIFA because of the genocide while having Israel still in it? Spot on. I always stay away from the politics side of it. They give him a reward, and the things he said, yeah, I would have gotten a nice white jacket if I said the same. Oof. It's already dividing. Good evening, Andy. Me and Andy were talking via TikTok today. Hope you're well, Chappie. Good to see you. Ryan, big up. It's good to see you, my man. Anthony, always a pleasure. Never a chore. Isaac, good to see you as well, my friend. And Steve-O is in the building. Hair is a mess. I was thinking, looks, thank you very much. I needed to hear that. Look, this is what men should do more. We should be bigging each other up more. And, of course, the main man, Kev, good to see you. So let's get into it. Look, the news dropped, and there's a couple of things that I look at with this, and I go, okay, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? And let's get straight into it. So the talks are underway that apparently the consortium that are led in the UAE have said they said all along they were going to use ex-players. They said they were going to utilize that as a way to get in with the fans. And you know my thoughts on this. I'm not really a big fan about of ex-players being involved. It does my head in. The Rio Ferdinand thing completely took it out of me. But it's Eric Cantona, yo. It's Eric Cantona. It's the collars. Pop your collar. It's Eric Cantona. And whereas I looked at it and I went, well, I would be buzzing with that. My concerns of this are quite plain and simple. Eric Cantona has been very, very vocal about Sir Jim. He's come out and gone mad about him a lot. Said a lot of things about what he's doing is wrecking the club. If you are a consortium that is looking to do something with Manchester United, and we know that there is a lot of people who want to believe it's true, but if you're a consortium and you want to really, really, get in amongst Sir Jim and the Glazers, you're absolutely going to release it, aren't you? That's the Eric Cantona, who we know absolutely despises the club at the moment, is involved. Now, for me, Eric Cantona represents a time at this football club where we genuinely turned the corner, where we went from being that club, and as Kev has reminded you, and some of you are older than me to remember the bad days under Atkinson, he was genuinely part of a time in the club where we started to turn that tide, and we started to go on and win and win and win and win. Retired far too young. And I think putting his name against this project is it's absolutely wonderfully done with PR, isn't it? But it does keep going. I mean, we haven't heard official from Eric Cantona yet, and I really want to hear that. But it does keep you going, doesn't it? And it makes you wonder. This news of the consortium isn't going away. It just isn't. Now, this could all be, this could all just be news mess. It could be. It absolutely could be. But it's bits of news like this that makes you prick your ears up and go, hang on a second, something might be happening here. Because we've obviously had Ben Jacobs, who has come out today on the United stand and said that United probably won't look at a midfielder in January. Now, Ben Jacobs has been so good in the summer transfer window. I really hope he's got this one wrong. I really hope he's got this one wrong, because Manchester United know exactly as fans, we know exactly where the problem lies with the club. And the other problem I have with this as well is that he then went on to say, they're looking at a goalkeeper and they're looking at potentially a wing back. Now, that isn't what Manchester United need. I'm a football fan. You guys are fantastic football fans. We're not professionals, okay? We don't know how to run a club. Of course we don't. But one thing we do know is what Manchester United are missing at the moment. So for me to hear that today, it baffled me. Now, let's get back to Cantona, because I don't want to get pissed off with that. So Cantona, what they're saying is most likely here is that he is being considered or approached for an ambassador figurehead role. And I think that would do exactly what they want. That would get the fans united, pardon the pun, right behind what these guys. I'll be honest with you, the UAE could pick Clayton Blackmore as the bloody ambassador. If these people are coming over and willing to spend the money, I couldn't give a crap. I just want them to come and spend the money. But the role would also lean symbolic, and this is key. This is key. Manchester United have been so far away from what we as fans who are old enough know as the norm. This is the new norm at the moment, with Manchester United being so far away from challenging for a title, so far away from being in the Champions League. At the moment, not in European football. At the moment, only in one cup competition. And we're only in that because that doesn't start for us until January. So I think symbolic is key. And I think it is a way that you get the fans on side. Everyone knows that we're nowhere near where we want to be at the moment. But what this does is it brings you back. Take me back till the day we won. It takes us back and it brings us into that feeling of, oh my God, do you remember what it was like to be a United fan? So there is that. Now, any deal would require serious negotiations over image rights, control, and compensation. Look, like I said in the title there, the UAE, the Saudis, everyone like that, they don't come to half-arse it, do they? They don't come to have a look and see how the land lies. They come because they mean business, and they come to do exactly what they say they're going to do. So it's all pointing fantastic. Now, the consortium sees value in linking itself to a club legend to erase fan resistance. Again, marketing at its finest. What I want you all to do with this is I want you all to get excited. I do, of course. I'm excited. I'm absolutely buzzing. Kev's not here tonight to tell me off, so I can swear once. I'm fucking excited, guys. This is what I wanted to hear. This is what I wanted to see. However, we have to air this with a bit of caution. Let me go through some of the comments because I don't want to leave you all unread. I'm not like that girl, that leaves you unread and you wonder what the thoughts are. We'll go through them all. You know how we do things here. We try and get through all the comments if we can. Isaac says, Dan, if you're looking for a new mouse, just head down to Old Trafford. They have lots of them. Might be able to get a nice discount, to be fair. Isaac, I love you, brother, but I wouldn't be doing this at the moment with where your club are. I wouldn't be doing this at the moment. You could be going into your third manager soon, dude. So, but I take the banter as always, you know that. Wahaha says, like and subscribe if you're enjoying the show. It helps the channel out a lot. And we are a Dwight York away from 1,300 subscribers. That would be phenomenal to hit that this week. We are definitely pushing in the right direction. I can only do it with you fantastic people hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, and hitting the bell notification. So make sure you're doing so if you are, or if you haven't already, should I say. Giles says, anyway, one of the things I've been waiting for kind of got released today. International Holding Company, IHC. Is it these guys that are supposed to be behind the takeover? I still want to name. This has been linked. This name has been linked. And the word going round the street, if you will, is that they are at the moment working on this consortium. They're working on all of the T's and C's, the fine print, to look at going and doing this. Remember, chat, if you didn't see the video from the other night, it was a good video with Kev and I. 2027, that's when the share prices drop from $33. That's the agreement they have for Sir Jim, because it essentially protects Sir Jim. So I just kind of feel like it's, 15 months away? If there's anything in this, it's going to start. The big wheel keep on turning. United keep on burning. It's going to start. So this is something that it may feel a million miles away at the moment. But in time, this is going to generate and generate. If these guys, I keep going to point up, but you can't see what I can see. If these guys are absolutely serious, needed that coffee, honestly. 1,600 quid each for this bloody hotel in New York. Ugh. New stadium designs, right? Looks much better. It does, Kev. It does. And good evening, Carl. Good to see you. I saw this today as well, Isaac, that it looks like the city's punishment could be getting announced in November. I am going to stand by what I've said all the way through this with Manchester City. Innocent until proven guilty. I am not a fan that sits here and says, I want this, that, and the other, because I'm going to be honest with you. I want the announcement first, then I will cast judgment. But at this moment in time, it is accusations. Whether or not we think that these accusations are indefendable or whether we think they're going to get off with it, we don't know. So until that comes, I don't really want to say anything about it. Carl says there's not normally smoke without fire, and this is true. Guys, where were these links when Sir Jim got his greedy little hands in there? I still stand by what I said to you the other night. I think the Glazers looked at this as something that was going to be fantastic. Sir Jim had said, I'm going to bring this sporting, this new sporting team into, well, he did bring a sporting team. He brought Ruben, but I'm going to bring this sporting team that looks at stats, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. We're going to pull the costs. We're going to get a team on there that's incredible. We're going to get a young, hungry manager. We are going to get back in the Champions League. We've got the Project 2028, and it's gone horribly wrong for them at the moment. It has gone horribly wrong. I take you back to when Sir Jim got schooled by Gary Neville in an interview about pulling the funding away for the legends. This has gone wrong. And I think the Glazers, and as much I can't stand them, no Manchester United fan is a Glazer sympathiser, but you have to say that if they're really trying to protect their assets here, and if they're looking at the fact that before 2027, if they sell, they're going to get a good price. These stories that we keep hearing, I think they're going to roll on and roll on and roll on. Now, what interests me is you do have the big boys coming out and talking about it, but none of them have actually really come out and said this is absolute bullshit. Now, you've had Simon Stone, who supposedly is in with Manchester United, works for the BBC, say, no, the club know nothing about it. But again, I go back to what I've said to you before, and this is where the excitement keeps with me. Of course, the club aren't going to come and say this. Of course, the club aren't going to come out and go, do you know what? Yeah, we are looking at investment. We are looking at potential takeovers, because it would absolutely piss all over Sir Jim. So they are not going to come out and say that. And I've said it, and I've said it, and I've said it. This will be something that if it is serious, and it is serious, it will drop like that. We will all get the notifications and we'll all go ting, 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 ting. Oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. That is how it will happen. Okay. We know the reports that on Monday, apparently Manchester United met in London with a consortium discussing this. Whether it was factual or not, it was reported, and everything gets reported. But again, this is all up in the air at the moment. And as Manchester United fans, I want you to embrace it. I want you to embrace it, and I want you to say, but what if? But what if? We have a massive game on Sunday against Liverpool, which we'll be doing the preview for tomorrow, Kevin, myself. But what if? What if the theatre of dreams? What if this happens? What if we get taken away from the Glazers? What if the debt finally gets fucking wiped? That debt that has been on our backs, on our backs, just holding us down for years. What if? So for any rival fans that tell you grow up and take this with a pinch of salt and it's nonsense, I say this to them: concentrate on your own clubs. Concentrate on your own clubs. We will dare to dream. We will. DJ Darkest Night says, evening, Dan and all the fans. Thank you for coming back. You were a newbie last night, and it's great to have you back on the show, mate. Really, really good to have you back. I hope you're well. Giles says, it's also sounds like the punishment can be very, very bad for City. I still think it'll be a slap on the wrist. We just have to wait and see. And absolutely, I don't think it'll be a punishment. It'll be the outcome of the hearing. The punishment won't be announced for another 5 years. Yeah, guys, don't get your hopes up about this punishment. Bobby Charlton would have been a fantastic ambassador. Bobby Charlton is just, God. He's godlike. He's God tier for Manchester United. He would have. And thank you very much, Ginny Esther. And good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Our club needs stability. Is this stability? Well, money is stability, isn't it? There's a couple of Newcastle fans in here, so Queen Sophie and Ginny Esther. They will tell you firsthand, DJ, that before the Saudis come, it was a shit show for them, and I my heart went out to Newcastle fans. I've always had an affiliation and sort of an affinity with Newcastle, mainly due to the film Goal, and Bobby Robson, of course. But it was a shite show. Now that this has come, the one thing they don't concern themselves with is instability. They've got Eddie Howe there, and they have a fantastic team around them. They're building and building. Stability is key, and I completely take your point. We do need stability, and she is that girl. Yes, she is. Smash them likes up as well. Make sure you're smashing them likes up if you are new. Isaac says, yeah, we might be a mess, but at least the stadium is still intact and rodent-free. Absolutely. I completely agree with you, Isaac, 100%. However, going by the way that our clubs are looking at the moment, our stadium, which at the moment does, as you mentioned, have a lot of problems with it, will 100% be playing Premier League football next season, whereas your stadium at the moment, with such mess around it, with the management and the results, could potentially be playing Championship. As always, you all know that I love Isaac very much. And Isaac, I will say this, Isaac is one of the most knowledgeable football fans out there. He just he loves to bait me sometimes. I leave people on red constantly. Mrs. Robinson does it to me all the time. Mrs. Robinson does it all the time to me. I double text that woman constantly. Giles says, Ben Jacobs says something good and then he removes your feet next. Market has not reacted, which is true. Jim gets first dibs and he is calm. Glazers not close to selling yet. Yes, look. It is no secret. Sir Jim does have first dibs. He does. He called dibs. Yes, he does. And yes, on paper, he is one of the most wealthiest men in Britain. I think he's third. Is he second or third, chat? Let me know. But on paper, he's wealthy. We know he's trying to pull all of his money out of the UK at the moment. And I don't think for 1 second, he would be able to go in there and do a full sale. And the reason I say that is, why didn't he do that in the first place? Why didn't he do that in the first place? If he could afford it, he'd have done it. He didn't. So for me, I think it's for me. I feel like if this is what we're looking at with a consortium and we keep going back to that date, February 2027, he gets his money back. We move on. We shake hands. We say bye-bye. And then maybe he goes and tries to buy another club in London. And no words, just a vigorous shaking of the head. And I do not know. I don't know. I'm not biased against them. I never watched them. And yes, bruh. Yes, my stepbrother. Good to see you, Nath. Hope you are well. And yeah, have you recovered from Butlins? Because it took me a bloody week and a half. No one's bothered, Dan. We just want results on the pitch. We absolutely want results on the pitch. We need results on the pitch. I don't want to talk too much about the preview for the weekend because we'll be doing it tomorrow. But what I would say, Kev and I have been saying this off camera all week. Manchester United are yet to win 2 in a row. It would just be the Manchester United way, wouldn't it? It would just be the Manchester United way that on Sunday we finally broke that curse at Anfield. But again, we'll talk more about it in a minute. Reported by the biggest client, Indy Kyler. Jarl, you got a massive problem with him, but he was the one that broke the Belaber news. He broke a bit. They broke a bit in the summer. They have linked with Laurie Whitwell on a lot of things. Look, journalists are always going to get things wrong. Of course they are. Fabrizio, King Fabrizio, who for me has turned into a tap-in merchant of recent years, gets things wrong. I mean, if you remember, Fabrizio was the one that said that Gibbs White was done. It was here we go to Spurs, and then that stopped. Isaac will definitely have something to say about that. Journalists get things wrong, of course they do, but they get snippets of information. So I'm not going to dose down on them just yet. There we go about Butlins. Talk rubbish are good for the funny moments, but not to get actual football info. Lawless, my mate Lawless, which you'll see on the 12th Man and his West Ham Fan TV. He went toe-to-toe with Simon Jordan this week. It was hilarious. It hasn't exactly held you back. You still spend ridiculous money every window, to be fair. But the thing is with that, Sophie, Manchester United are always going to be able to spend bigger money because of the revenue that we do. Regardless of the debt that we have, we absolutely are able to spend the money still because of the money we bring in. The way we spent the money over the past 10 years has been abysmal, to put it lightly, and that is why Manchester United are in the mess they are at the moment. Footballing decisions on and off the pitch have been a joke. And keep trying. I think he's talking about the summer, Sophie. Good ambition owners are certainly key to everything. They absolutely are. And yep, DJ, I will always try and answer as much questions. Everybody on the chat will attest to that. It's what we try and do here. We try and get through as many as the comments because look, this is a community. This is us having a conversation. And that's what we try and do. Anthony says Newcastle tried to spend money. Oh, there we go. You two are going for it. You two are really going for it. Really, really going for it. Forest are massive. Big Ben and Nick. What are we doing in this chat? What are we doing? I know, just put there we go. There we go. So Jim, top 3, just behind Newcastle's co-owners, Ruben. Okay, Iniesta. Thanks for that. I knew he was top 3. I knew he was in there. But again, it's like, prove that you've got the money to do it. And I go back to it again. If he had the money, he would have absolutely paid the money to get it as a full sale. If he's as big as a Manchester United fan as he says he is. He couldn't in the first place because the Class C shareholders kicked up a tidal wave. They wanted to get paid too. Jim tried to get all of the Glazer shares. There was also, if you remember, there was also in-house fighting with the Glazers, mainly because 2 of them didn't want to go, did they? And was it no, I keep saying Avram. Was it Joel? Was it Joel Glazer and who else was it? Oh, I forget who the other one was. Avram Glazer. Was it Avram? Anyway, 2 of them tried to. This was brilliant, and it really pissed me off because they basically said, "We don't want to leave Manchester United. We love the club." Yeah. Up until the point you said that, the only time you've been to Old Trafford was when Ronaldo had his return against Newcastle. So don't do that, Sky Swoons, obviously. And nothing happened with Belabor yet. Wahaha. Yet. The power of yet. Fabrizio steals a lot of news from fellow Italian journos who don't tweet in English. This is the thing, though, isn't it? I mean, look, I'll say it. Journalists do get it wrong. You know, Laurie Whitwell's got it wrong in the past. Ben Jacobs has got it wrong in the past. They always seem to have a summer where they have it good, though, don't they? I remember the summer of Fabrizio. Fabrizio had that one summer where he was just banger after banger. It's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. What else have we got here? I don't disagree, but can't say it's held you back when it doesn't. To be fair, it's the purchases that are wrong and the decisions. Yeah, and Queen Sophie, you're absolutely spot on. In the place at now, so I'm watching but can't hear. I'm comment watching only. Kev, man, honestly, only Kev. I'll cover my mouth so he can't read what I'm saying. But only Kev would sit in a fucking pub and watch this with his iPad. Oh, Christ, that man, honestly. Fabrizio just got bought to tweet a quote from 3-year-old Martinelli interview saying how cool Arteta is. The state of the club, Arsenal. Yeah, but look, Arsenal. We can't say anything about Arsenal at the moment. I thought, it was Avram and Joel. Thank you very much. Can't say anything about Arsenal. They're top of the league, aren't they? They are top of the league. We are 6 points off it. The stream is not mad, just a few of the regulars. And I'm in a good mood, so I won't go into Indy today. I will wait until tomorrow. And I appreciate that, Jarl. I appreciate that massively. So, the recap before we move on. King Cantona, King Eric, number 7, collar up. He has been linked with the consortium as an ambassador for the Manchester United takeover bid. Again, I won't dwell on it too much, but what I will say just to close this segment is this. if you want to do a PR thing, a PR spin, and get people excited, the best way you're going to do it is with people who absolutely adore the player. They've tried it with Rio. Rio made himself look a clown, but Eric Cantona will always be. He'll always be a god at Manchester United. He will always be a god. Now, I did want to touch back onto and sorry, I'll go back to Isaac quickly. We're not far off the top of the table. If you flip the table, to be fair, and do you know what? It's positivity, and that's what I love. When the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because is it the sardines, isn't it? It's the sardines, guys. Man United fans, put your favorite memory of Eric Cantona in the chat. There's only one. There's one that stands out that will always stand out for me, and that was the chip, the dink. I mean, you could say the goal against Liverpool in the FA Cup final, but the dink and the celebration, just the arms out. Eric Cantona was the 90s version of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. 100%. 100. Johnny, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. Sir Jim's about as much a United fan as Goldbridge, if we're honest. Do you know something? As much as I don't agree with a lot of what Goldbridge does, I do think he loves United. I do. He's a pain in the ass, but he's a United fan, isn't he? And what a player he was, big Eric. He was. And Isaac, bro, I feel for you. Angie's just wrong for you in so many ways. The Karate Kick will always be an iconic one. Was it right? Absolutely not. But chat shit, get banged. That was Eric Cantona, wasn't it? That was Eric Cantona. Do you remember the? Have you ever seen the film? The film with Eric Cantona. Was it Living with Eric? Is it Living with Eric? That was that. If you've not watched that, that is a great movie. Great movie. The speech at the Ballon d'Or. He's very, very liberal in the way he speaks, isn't he? He will go out there and he will say exactly what the hell he wants. I mean, he go back as recent as April, when he comes out and says Sir Jim is trying to destroy Manchester United. Now, Sir Jim obviously hasn't really. He hasn't built the rapport I think he expected to build with Manchester United. I think Sir Jim, in his own head, did the whole, I'm a Manchester lad, I'm a Manchester United fan. But in his time at Manchester United, he has just dropped clanger after clanger. I'm all about dropping banger after banger. He's dropped clanger after clanger. And I don't think he has done... I don't think he's done his image for Manchester United any good. And again, I'll go back to what Kevin and I were speaking about the other night. Maybe there is a world where Sir Jim does go, I'm done. Get me out of here. But the more and more I see these consortium links, the more and more I see the information that keeps getting passed through, the more I get excited on it. The flying kick into the stands, Anthony says, dink, and just as simple, it's me. And it was a simple, it's me. When the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. A lot of you... Honestly, a lot of you are going with the same thing here. You all love the Kung Fu kick. His adverts are hilarious. And I was hoping someone else would mention the kick first, says Anthony. Goldlocks, he says a lot of strange things. He can be funny during watch-alongs, though, but giving news, yeah, that channel flip-flops every 4 hours. It does. I can't say anything because I've been hammering him in because of the the emotion that this team does. And he's a Pratt Goldbridge, pint of Guinness after being banned drinking in his local. Did he get banned from drinking in his local? He does come out with some whoppers, doesn't he? I must admit, he does make me laugh in some instances, but he does come out with some whoppers. My favourite moment is taking him from Leeds because F Leeds. He's iconic. When you talk about iconic footballers at Manchester United, he will always go down as one of the most iconic footballers in the 90s. Like, okay, I'll ask the question. Name me a more iconic player in the 90s in the Premier League than Eric Cantona. Name me a more iconic one. Name me a more iconic one. That's the one for me. That's the one. It was the goal against Middlesbrough raising his collar, absolutely. Chip celebration was iconic. Yeah, I know you saw that. The closest thing we saw to that celebration, I think, was Thierry Henry, the free kick where he just turns to the ref and goes, yeah, was that good? Was that good? Goldbridge, Nottingham's finest, my village's finest as well, to be fair. What a prat. It's not so much that I'm prepared to be patient with Ange, it's just the lack of progress that I'm seeing. In fact, game after game, we are getting worse, not better. Vinnie Jones. Vieira, yes, I'm saying Vieira. Cantona was. What else? Who else would be called king by rival fans? That is such That is such a great comment, Anthony. That is such a great comment. The respect that this guy had. Oh, just incredible. Until it's finalized, I'm not going to get excited about the takeover. We got burned last time. Andy, I know you've been hurt before, Andy. Okay? I want you to look at me. I want you to follow my eyes. These beautiful blue eyes. No one says that, but they're looking quite bloodshot. I want you to look into these eyes, okay? I know you've been hurt before. I've been hurt before. I got burnt so badly when we were waiting for Alfani to come and take us away from this mess, to come and buy us, to come and get rid of the debt. But all I'm saying to you is, Andy, look at me. Have a little patience, still hurting from a takeover we didn't get. We've got to be patient, Andy. I take everything you say there. We do. It's hard to get excited, but you know something? We have been put through the mill as Manchester United fans. I think we're due some good luck soon. I do think we're due some good luck soon because Christ alive, have we had nothing but mess. Rich putting Sancho in Liverpool and United combined 11. Rich is getting old now. Well, yeah, I mean, I won't say what I was going to say about him, but he's got a bit of a past on him, hasn't he? DJ says, "Yeah, good one, Ant. It is a good one. It's a great point." And look at Dan. Look at that. Dan is trying to become the next Elvis. Thank you very much. I didn't even mean that one. I'm on fire tonight. I'm on fire. I think it's because I'm back on this bloody diet, this Cambridge diet. I put a stone on when I went to Butlins, and when I went to I'll do that there. That looked really dodgy there, didn't it? Doing that there, not a chance. Do that. I put a stone on when I went to Butlins and then went to Gran Canaria with Mrs. Robinson. So yeah, I've had to really put the diet back on. We had one last hurrah last night. I had chicken and chips from a place called Pepe's. If you've ever heard of it, it's amazing. But that stuff, it does taste like Froobs, but honestly, not being able to eat today, and everyone in the office is having crisps and chocolate and biscuits. I'm a comfort eater, yo. Marinakis to sell Forest and take over United instead. Are you taking it? Christ, it'd be interesting. Oh my God. Isaac, can you imagine Wolfie if that happened? I think that would finish him off. The takeover talk is just waffle. Absolutely nothing in it, in my opinion. And do you know what? We'll do the poll, Anthony. We'll do the poll. Let's get the poll going. Let's go. Do you believe in love? Do you believe the takeover is real? We'll put real. Yes or no? Get your votes in. Do you think the takeover is real? Yes or no? Nice and easy as always. Nice and easy. In Nottingham, if you get a date, we'd always meet up at the Lions. How many times I was stood up? I've been stood up before. My chat-up line never helped me. My chat-up line when I was trying to be young and promiscuous never helped me because it was simple. How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm Dan. Nice to meet you. It was, I spent a lot of time on my own when I was younger with them. C'est la vie. Life is life. For me, it's hard to see the Glazers selling. They make a fortune off you. But Sophie, I agree with that. And on the outset, they do make a big fortune. They take in dividends all the time. But it's this 2027 that gets my mind going. It's the 2027 date that really gets my mind going because the shares at the moment are guaranteed $33 if you read the reports. That, for me, is where they're going to make their money because once that's gone, the share prices will drop. United are in the doldrums at the moment. So if they're money men, I think they look at it. I do. 1.2 million for Cantona, 64 million for Højlund. Don't say about Højlund. He's outscoring everyone at the moment. Anyway, did you get your stone back, or do we still need to get you that massive lasagna? The stone is here. That's why I'm drinking this. Honestly, when I was younger, many moons ago, when I used to play football all the time, I was as skinny as hell. Now I learned what pubs were and what fast food was, and it destroyed me. Next Elvis, lol, he's dead. Wow, he's not dead. He's in Vegas. Yeah, Pepe's a peak. Pepe's a peak, Isaac. We have a Pepe. There we go. Look at that. Look at the love for a Pepe's. I had it with hot sauce on there last night. Peri fries. It was finger licking good. It was amazing. Saw Elvis in Lanzarote. Lol. I saw Elvis in Vegas. Saw about 75 of them. Isaac, please no. You keep the guy. Scary. Lasagna is for Jasper, not Dan. Jasper at the moment he's giving me the cold shoulder. Giving me the cold shoulder at the moment. I know I'm slacking on the polls. Do you know what it is? It's because I've had a busy day. I've had such a busy day with work. 71% of you at the moment are saying that the takeover is not real. You don't believe it. Nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. 29% of us. I can't vote on my own poll. Kev, put a vote for me in the poll. Put a bloody vote in me for the poll now. I think it's right. Votes are still there. 71% are saying no. We'll keep it going. DJ says no, but I wish. For me, a solid no, says Sophie. Can't argue with the fact he's been Forest for. Yeah, we know that. We know that. We absolutely know that. And Dan, good to see you, my man. Hope you're well. Hope you're feeling a lot less stressed than you were last night. Excuse me. They're not fronting any of the costs, but the club will be worth a load more when it's built. Yeah, but they got to put their money in the pocket they've got to put their money in their pocket for that, haven't they? Like the Glazers won't get away with just they won't get away with it. They won't get away with not putting anything in that. There's no chance. They'd have to put money. They'd have to speculate to accumulate. I don't think they want to do it. I don't think they want to do it. I don't think they want any part of that. Middle-aged spread. Middle-aged spread. What am I going? Where are we going with middle-aged spread? Pepe's in Worcester and Redditch 2, both top grub. Guys, Pepe's is peak. Pepe's is peak. Pepe's is better than Nando's. Yeah, I said it. In fact, I'll come to the mic. Pepe's is better than Nando's. I will have that argument anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. I will see you outside to have that argument. Finger licking good. I think you're getting a bit confused there. It's better than KFC. It's better than KFC. What's this? Dan for Minister of Sport. If Farage gets in, I'm too busy. Mrs. Robinson moans that I have an hour a night with you, lovely people. I wouldn't have enough time to do that, DJ. Getting stood up, I can't imagine it. Lol. Got to be a horrible person to choose to do that to someone. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I've never. I don't. Have I been stood up? Have I been stood up? I don't think I've ever been stood up. I mean, look at me. You think this is an accident? Of course I'm joking. But I don't think I've ever been stood up. Thanks for reminding me we don't have any proper chicken places here. Wahaha. At the end of the season, mate, we are going to have a meetup. We're going to have a meetup at the end of this season. And I want you to be there. I will make sure that happens, mate. Even if I have to get you here myself, I want you there. Kev can't put a vote on the poll for you. He is at the bar ordering a pint. You look like you're swearing. Absolutely not. Nope, not swearing. And I agree, better than Nando's. I'm telling you. You all know this is true. Never had a Pepe's or a Nando's, says Jamie. Jamie, on the night that we meet up at the end of the season, we will go for a Pepe's. I'll buy you a Pepe's. And yeah, KFC's fallen off, but I did have one on Saturday. I've eaten too much. Guys, at the moment, 72% of you are saying that you think the takeover is real. Get your votes in. I want to see what your opinions are on that. It is what's this? It's going to divide. It's going to divide everybody's opinion on that. It absolutely is. Now we kind of spoke. In fact, before I do, let me go through. I don't like leaving these comments. Yeah, Jamie, you've got to have one. I'm up for the meetup, and I'm not too far away from you and Kev. The meetup will happen. We will definitely get the meetup at the end of the season. I don't know where it will be yet, but we'll definitely do something. We'll have a look where everybody is from, and we'll try and get something central there. Oh, God, it's being stood up as a young teenager. That's the worst. I got dumped as a teenager. Lisa Grinley. It's meant to be a football chat, but I'll tell you the story. Lisa Grinley, right? I have been after her all summer. All school term. And they got to the summer holidays, and Lisa Grinley, Lisa Grinley, we shared a bit of a. I hope Mrs. Robinson isn't watching. A bit of a smooch on the sofa, watching Romeo Must Die. What a film! And I thought that was it. I thought that was my summer because my best mate had gone to America with family for 6 weeks. I thought that's fine. I'm gonna have the summer with Lisa. And what happened was she said to me on the last day of term, "Would you like to meet me and take the dog for a walk with me?" And I went, "Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I'll take it. I'll take the dog for a walk with you." I thought, this is it now. We went for a walk. Walked this bloody dog all around the bloody estate. Got near her house, and that is when she turned to me and she said, "Just want to let you know, there is no chance that we will ever be together. The thought of it makes me feel ill. So please get it in your head. This will never happen." And off she walked. And I remember she said to me, "Are you going to be all right?" And I was like, yeah. I'm going to be fine. I got round that corner and I bawled my eyes out. That was a very lonely summer. But of course, you know, I don't have hate for her. Don't have hate for her. It was 25 years ago, nearly. What else was I going to say to you guys? What else? There was something else I wanted to discuss with you. You got me going now with the whole Lisa Grinley talk. I'll tell you what I will ask you. We obviously want to go through the preview of the Liverpool game tomorrow. But a question I will, and I'll put this in the chat for you as well. The vote is finished. 72% of you think the takeover will not be real. It's not going to be real. It's not going to happen. It's not letting me do a poll here. Hang on a minute. Why won't you let me do a poll on my own channel? There we go. Who needs the win most? Who needs the win the most on Sunday? Us or Liverpool? Who needs to win the most on Liverpool on Sunday? Manchester United or Liverpool? Because for me, what I'm going to tell you right now is simple. Liverpool need to win. They need to keep in with Arsenal. The last thing that Liverpool want after spending all that money in the summer is to be 6 points behind Arsenal. Is it 6 points? Let me get the table up because I don't look at Liverpool very much. Prem table. I think they're 3 points behind. No, they don't want to be 4 points. Apologies. They don't want to be 4 points behind Arsenal, especially with the run of fixtures coming on. Manchester United, however, we have that underdog sort of sense about us going into this game, don't we? Of course, we're the underdog, but we also have we have to win. Of course we do. A win would be massive. I want a win more than I want Mrs. Robinson to allow me to go out on the town with Kev for a few beers. But we are the underdogs. We can go there with that no fear element. We can go there and I think play our game. Liverpool need to break us down. Now, with the 3-4-2-1, regardless of the fact I'm not mentioning the system, but I don't see how Manchester United don't go into there and have the ability to go and try and cause havoc. Liverpool will have their game plan, but they have injury problems. We know that Konate is injured. We know that Isak at the moment isn't firing on all cylinders. We know that Salah isn't firing on all cylinders. But at the same time, it would just be our luck for them to hit it against us, wouldn't it? Florian Wirtz, 009, hasn't hit the heights. Manchester United, their only problem this weekend is who do they play in the midfield? Because I think the team picks itself, which we'll go through tomorrow. I want Manchester United to go there with no fear. I want Manchester United to go there with no respect. I want Manchester United to go there and silence that crowd. We can absolutely go there and get a point. We absolutely can. If we got a win, I'd be buzzing. But I want to know from you guys, who is it more important for? It's quite close, this vote. 67% say us, 33% say Liverpool. Interesting. Let me go through some of these comments. Let me go through some. He's going to be singing. Dan, singing Piano Man. Dan. Obviously, don't spread that because we know the same people, mate. We know the same people, and I don't want any bad vibes coming back to me. Make sure you do come for that. Make sure you do come for that. Count me in for the meetup, says Andy. That'd be fantastic to see you, mate. Kev won't be able to hear you asking for a poll either. You'll have to type it in the chat. I've done it. You can get stuffed with it. Sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? I can't hear anything. I just watch. Sounds like you're at a dart party. Berlin, take my breath away. Won't be going to Berlin. Wahaha, I'm not that rich. We'll get you over though. Wahaha, we'll get you over. By hook or by crook. Has anyone been to Germany? I wouldn't mind going to a proper German market there. I would love to go there. The dog did like me, Andy. I walked the bloody thing for nearly 2 miles. It was there wagging its tail. It kept looking up at me, going, "You're in here, Dan." And I kept looking down at it, going, "Do you reckon?" "Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, you're a dog. Yeah." No, it went south. It went south. Liverpool needs a loss. Well, they do need a loss. Still standing on my draw, but Liverpool, the pressure is on to win, to be honest. It absolutely is. Look, Liverpool lose. Oh my God. I mean, you look at what that would do to Slot, because Slot, I feel sorry for Slot, by the way, because he's just come from winning the Premier League and now there's already questions asked about him. You know, Jamie Carragher's Jamie Carragher's a twat anyway, but Jamie Carragher's firing in him at the moment. In honesty, they probably need it more, but I can't vote for them no matter what it is, says Anthony. We need a win for 2 on the bounce, says Andy. I think she's a bit far away from us, Kev. She's miles away. She's half the world away. I think asking that question to a chat full of United fans, the poll is only going to go one way. It isn't, no, to be fair. It isn't, Isaac. We're at 69%. It's a lot closer than I thought. You know, I like to ask the footballing questions. As a United fan, of course it's us. Of course Manchester United need that win, but I like to look at things from a football fan perspective. And the football fan in me asks that question. Who is it more? Liverpool's foreign players haven't done very well. Sweden need to see ours are scoring for fun. They are. Look, I won't have Liverpool fans tell us they're in transition. We're in transition. They're nowhere near transition. Bottoms up, guys. Bottoms up. Look at, you can't see it. Oh, God. That went down the wrong way as well. Oh, God. Don't worry, I'm not having a heart attack. Oh, God, you know when you drink something, it goes down the wrong hole. Oh, Christ. Oh, I feel like I've got a demon trying to get out of me. Excuse me. Would be super happy with a boring draw. To be fair, clean sheet would be perfect. A 0-0 draw, Le Mans gets another clean sheet. That would be unheard of, wouldn't it? Amorim has that no back-to-back wins record on his CV, so Amorim will do his best to keep that record going, says Johnny. Would be happy with a draw too. A draw, I won't be happy with that, says DJ. I like that. Why not? Why not go for the win? Why not go for the win? Who are we putting on? Salah. Usually, if he's quiet, the team is quiet. We'll go through that tomorrow, Steve-O. I want to see Bruno put a shift in so bad. I want to see Bruno have a game in that central midfield where you go, well, hang on a minute, maybe he's learning, but I just don't see it. There's too many issues, isn't there? Too many issues with Bruno in that midfield. Ginny Esther says, huge pressure on Slot and Liverpool after the huge summer investment. Man United, I expect to take maximum points against the best clubs. And it's true. Silence the crowd, aside from the you never walk alone. Their fans are crap anyway. I love that comment. I'm starring that comment. In fact, I'm pinning that comment. Where are we? Let me get that comment. Isaac. You know I love it when you put comments like that in there. Where are we? That comment is now pinned. Boom! I love that. Is Kev watching through the window again? Kev's at the pub. I'm worried about him. I should know my dad's a bloody Liverpool fan. I've got a new guy who started at work, and I was like, "Nice to meet you. What's your name?" "It's Jazz. Lovely to meet you, Jazz. Who do you support? Liverpool. Get out. Get out." He was 6 foot. He still is 6'8". So I didn't really have the power to really get him out of there. I was based in Germany. Absolutely awesome, says Anthony. Christmas markets are fantastic in Germany. I'm trying to get Mrs. Robinson, but the thing is, I'll level with you guys. At the moment, Mrs. Robinson and I are going through IVF treatment. So we were meant to go to Florida next year. But because of the IVF treatment, because of the Zika virus, they said to us, we can't go. If we were to go, then they'd stop the treatment. It would be a mess. So we had all this money that we paid off for a holiday with TUI. And we looked at it, we said, you know something, let's just go to New York. We've always wanted to go there. It's a dream to go there at Christmas, so we're going to do 5 nights there. The channel will be left in good hands with Kev, of course, as well. Absolutely in good hands. Would it be great if Liverpool, honestly, if Liverpool was the team to give Amorim his first back-to-back wins, it would be sensational. And more to the point, I just wonder what would happen if we got that horrible bloody record out of the way. If we just put it to bed, would Manchester United then go on and win 3 in a row? I mean, dare I say the 5? You don't want to see the 5, mainly because have I missed Steve Peach's? Have I missed Peachy in here? Is Peachy in here? I can't see Steve Peach. Where's Peachy? I haven't seen Peachy's comments. If I've missed it, I feel awful. Unless Kev thinks that Steve is Steve Peach. I was going to say, I felt awful then. Slot only copied Klopp's team. Now he's being found out. Potentially, there's potential with that. And I think the slot machine has had the power cut off. Oh, everyone's going for it. Jamie says, I want to see Mainu in the middle against Liverpool. I want to see Mainu in the middle against Liverpool, but we just don't see it. And how do I drink? I have to be skinny. I've got to be skinny. It's finished now, but that tastes like ass. Man United aren't winning the league. You don't need that win. Liverpool do to stay in touch with the top, and that is where my point was with that, Queen Sophie. No vodka, DJ. I've been on an alcohol ban since Gran Canaria. I won't tell you what antics I got up to there because I'd be cancelled. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. It involved a bar, somebody in this room, Starkers on stage. I'll leave it at that. I'm on a hiatus. They had the greatest team in the league, then spent a humongous amount of money to make their team stronger, says Anthony. Wow. But you do that, though, don't you? Look, we can't say much about that. Sir Alex Ferguson, the main man, for years, I think Liverpool have tried to replicate what he did, which is you buy when you're at your strongest. You buy when you're at your strongest, and you essentially keep that conveyor belt of world-class players coming through and through. And at the moment, it just doesn't seem to have hit where Liverpool would have liked it. And you know, transfers are transfers. Everyone expected Isak to come to Liverpool and be the final. Everyone did. Even Newcastle fans, as much as they hate him, everyone sat there and thought, if he goes to Liverpool with those players, he's going to ball. But at the moment, he's struggled. And do you know what it narks me, that does, as a Manchester United fan? Because other than Newcastle fans, who quite rightly so can't stand him, I don't see anything said about Isak, anywhere near as much said about Isak as they do about Sesko. Like Sesko, it's the common thing. Oh, Sesko's only scored twice. Yeah, he scored 2 in a row, lads. Yeah, remember that. Sesko, it's a failed transfer. The Athletic, the players' agents did that whole bollocks of who is the worst transfer. They all picked Sesko. Nobody, I think one person picked Wirtz, one picked Isak. It's frustrating. I can't get her up there, mate. School night tonight. You know that, Kev. I can't go out on school night. Did Bruno come off injured for Portugal? I think he got rested, Andy. I don't think he's injured. There's been no, I can't see that there's any major ones. I know Mazraoui's not quite there yet, and obviously the Sandro Martinez we're waiting for. It's a derby. It's a derby. Win. Amorim just wants show us something. I want Amorim to be there beating his chest at Anfield. I do. I want him to turn up in a full United kit. Do you know what I mean? Full United kit. Stand on the sideline and be like, yeah, kiss the badge. I can't wait for Sunday, by the way. We will be doing a live stream for that. So if you're about, make sure you tune in. I am so pumped, so hyped for Sunday. Yes, we've had massive losses against Liverpool in recent years. And it's 10 years, I think, since we've won there. But this is what derbies are all about. This is what football's all about. These are the big games that make you get in there. Down to an unsuspecting co-worker. He finds out they're a Liverpool fan. Get out. And that's exactly how it went. That is exactly how it went. And thank you, Chappie. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much, mate. Really, really do. Yeah, a lot of people at my work are Liverpool scum as well. 2 comments above that one, Dan. Which one, mate? Oh, there he is. There he is. Sorry, Peach. I think that's what Queen Sophie was talking about. Sorry, Peach. I missed that. I'm so sorry, bud. Good to see you. And I hope you are well. And we all detest the Liverpool lot, don't we? Dan Gran Canaria is naked on stage. Phone parties all. I was probably the DJ, but because of the phone, you couldn't see me. It wasn't a phone party, mate. It was at a drag bar. Makes it worse, doesn't it? It's at a drag bar. I'll leave it at that. He scored twice from 0 chances. They were poachers' goals. They were, and I said he wouldn't fit in the system, so not on me. And if Liverpool want to win, they have to play through the midfield. Amram's midfield setup makes us look like a donut on the pitch, and with the quality they have there, it's peak. It is peak. But this is where Manchester United, I suppose, can use it to their advantage, though, Johnny, isn't it? They know exactly where they're going to try and hurt us, which is through the middle, which is why we need to make sure that we go for it. We absolutely go for it. We absolutely go on and just try and hit them. I just hope our players feel the passion as we do. DJ, they haven't felt that for years, and this is the thing that pisses me off about the modern-day footballer, is it's the classic phrase, isn't it? We go again. We feel it like the fans feel it. It's a load of nonsense. And Baba, no, I would not swap Sesko for Isak. No, definitely not. And the reason I say that is simple. Sesko's just started his career at Manchester United. I am going to be. I'm going to say this not because of the player that Isak is. I'm saying it purely for this reason. I believe in Sesko. I believe in Ben Sesko. I do. I believe in Ben Sesko, so I want to give him the chance. I do want to give him the chance to succeed at the club. But again, I take what Sophie means. As a player to player, you absolutely do. But then again, we don't know with Isak, Sophie. We don't know with Isak. I mean, look, what was with Sesko? Isak wasn't scoring 30, 40 goals a season before he came to Newcastle. He was decent, but he wasn't scoring 30, 40 goals a season. If we win, we have to expose the fragility of Bradley and Kirkez. Currently, to be honest, I have 1-1 on this. Dream it. If you can dream it, you can do it. And he is a proven player, Baba Flossie. You're absolutely right. But not BDN. Oh, that is such a great. That is such a great question, Wahaha. And Sophie, to be fair, is like, no, not anymore, because Harry Tret our club. And I did a Geordie thing there. I said Tret. Harry Tret our club. That's a Geordie thing, Harry Tret. Sesko wanted to play for United. Isak wanted big money. Well, they're just this is football for you. And Sesko will be immense. I doubt it's his loyalty. No, Sesko will. I am excited to see what Sesko does in this team. And once we get the midfield sorted and we've got people firing things into him, that is where I think we'll see the real Sesko. But guys, thank you very much for joining tonight. It's been a busy one tonight. It's been good to see some new faces, some old faces. Rival fans, you're always welcome here. I love each and every one of you. Remember, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe if you're on your way out, and leave a comment and I'll get back to it. But other than that, guys, enjoy your Thursday. It's Friday Eve tonight. I hope you all have a fantastic night. Much love to all of you. Dan United, Kev United on the piss. Uta, 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 uta.